Hello everyone and welcome to the WBC Amazing Muay Thai Festival Nightly Newscast. Myself, Matt Lucas, and
Matt Bones-Williams.
So great to have you on the show today. And today we've had a lot of action. Today was the first day of fights, and of course the show brought to you today by Arwut, our good friends, also equipment and gear suppliers of gear in Australia for athletes like Chad Collins. What happened with you today? You obviously came in supporting the Aussie athletes.
Yeah. So like you say, a big day, action-packed right from the get-go, especially for the Australians. So I've been lending a hand, coaching some of the youngsters. We had first up, and we've got some of the seniors pushing on as the day wears on. So it was a big day for us. We've still got about 5 people to compete, but yeah, a lot of really good results for the Aussies today.
Yeah, amongst the Aussies, I got to see Super Thanat Millar's fighter of Super Fight. He fought a very contested fight. Did you get to see that one?
Yeah, so it was actually contested. The result was contested and overturned. I think, Matty, you'll agree, one thing that we get here at WBC Games when we bring all these Muay Thai cultures together, these different accents of Muay Thai, is we get stylistic clashes, don't we? What we saw in that fight was a hungry, aggressive, come-forward fighter with a lot of volume, but it was the control of Super Thanat Millar's boy Thanat, the technique and the skill that he displayed, which Kevin and the judging panel saw to overturn. They saw merit in that.
Yeah, his body shots were very good, the opponents.
Yes.
And then just hitting to the body, Thanat was able to turn to the side. It had some great teeps and also jumping knees. Amongst that fight, there were some other great fights. Were there any highlights for you?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a fight between Spain and the host nation in Italy, over on the far side of the arena, right in front of their 2 twin contingents. And mate, the noise, it filled this entire arena. Like they might have had 20 people in each set of supporter crews, but man, they made some noise. That one saw the host nation, Italy, get up with a knee stoppage through the body shield. So
wow.
Good to see Italy on their home turf getting the goods.
Yeah, one of the other highlights for me was getting to see Keelan Weekes take on Germany's Majid Amat. That was a very, very good one. Keelan Weekes is a bit of a USA star. He recently picked up a WBC amateur fight in the States. So getting over here, getting to fight is a big deal for the Americans. Were there any other fights that you saw in particular that were highlights for you? Yeah,
an incredible match and a clash of styles again between Logan Chan. Now, Logan Chan from Scotland, he's out of Hanuman Gym, a great camp, and Kai Wheat Jones from Sitsuntun in Australia. Interesting, a connection between those two, both students of Manasak Pinsanchai, based up in Chiang Mai, and have cross-trained together too. So that incredibly close fight, once again, that was a fight that was contested and overturned post the match. Logan Chan was awarded the decision initially due to his high volume. He's a spectacular fighter, one to really watch out for, but it was the clinch game, the tight, close work from Kai Wheat Jones that saw him get the nod and had that overturned. So a brilliant fight. They had the crowd on their feet.
Yeah, Kai Wheat Jones, a very familiar face in Australia. I've seen him perform on Rebellion before. I believe he fights regularly on 1770. So great to see international athletes. We also had a lot of guests of fame here. You off camera were mentioning Joe Ryan.
Yes.
So who have you seen so far here at this stadium?
Yeah, I had a chat to Joe Ryan down in the halls. He was loving it.
Yeah.
He's at the helm there of the English team. We're seeing out some of the young chargers, and if you're a young fighter who's come to Italy to compete in these games, maybe you've got a couple of nerves coming, as I'm sure many of the junior athletes do. To have Joe Ryan in your corner, what a cool thing for that young fighter. Seen Siddhichai. So Siddhichai, he's been prominent in getting around. I think he spent more time in front of people's selfie cameras than he has ringside. But yeah, a lot of stars getting around, which is really cool to see. And for young athletes to have someone to look up to and aspire to and watch how they're doing things.
Yeah, I totally agree. Siddhichai is a head coach for the Thailand team. Also, we have Pet Panom Rung in attendance. The Kiat Muay Thai fighter recently won a massive kickboxing bout in the Netherlands, I believe. Did you get to see it? He fought Trudeau, the Mexican athlete, right?
He did. I didn't get to see that, but I did have a little joke with him out the back. He was holding pads with some of the Canadian team, and I asked him in Thai if he could remember how to hold pads for elbows, which he gave me a scary look, and I just walked the other way.
That seems like a very, very good tactic from you. Along with the fights, we had a very, very good opening ceremony yesterday. What did you think about it?
I thought it was beautiful, man. I got here a day early to meet the Australian team, and you know, everyone's staying all over Verona. It's a beautiful city, and you got a sense that there was a lot of people here for it. When you're walking down the street, you'll bump into some people from another country, and but as everyone came together in that beautiful arena with so much history, you felt like the unification of all these countries coming here for a shared purpose. And the words, the words that were offered to open up the ceremony were quite impactful from some of the guest speakers too, which kind of really set the tone for today.
Yeah, it's been a great tone and a great environment. We're here at the AGSM Arena, which is not far from downtown Verona. The opening ceremony, of course, in the Coliseum itself in downtown Verona. You know, this is a pretty massive tournament. You've been to some of the other WBC tournaments, correct?
This is my first one. This is my first one. So I was so excited to come here. I've never been to Europe. I feel like I'm walking around inside like a jigsaw set, you know, with the oil painting on the front, like you're in a movie. It's a surreal place to have a perfect location, really.
Yeah, it's great. We have 6 rings of action, over 900 athletes fighting. So a lot going on. We have more in store over the next couple of days. What do you foresee happening over the next few days? I know you're following the Aussie team.
Yeah, we had some standout performances today from the Aussies. Billy O'Brien in the youth 16 to 17 category put on an absolute showcase today, and got the attention of a lot of the other coaches, a couple of people asking questions about him. So he was a standout. He was a young American kid. You might be able to shed some light on this boy, Keelan Weekes. Now he's getting around in a Stars and Stripes Stenton hat. He's got all the swag.
I've seen him.
He's a cool kid, man. So he's one I'm keeping my eyes on. He was down at the first round in his fight, and then got to doing some beautiful clinch work to bring it home. So a couple characters starting to poke their heads up as ones to look out for in this in this event.
Yeah, and as we move along, we will see, I think, higher levels of athletes with each step. The culmination, of course, ending on Sunday with the finals. We have a lot more in store for everyone around the world. Of course, we also have the live stream happening, so you can watch it at home, all the different rings going on, our nightly news, plus a fantastic team of journalists covering everything, a lot going on. But was there anything that I might have missed in our nightly news show?
Look, I think there's one more thing I want to touch on, and it's something that's really impressed upon me probably in the last 12 months, but I saw glimpses of it again today, and it's the rise of Japanese Muay Thai. The rise of Japanese Muay Thai. I had the pleasure of calling RWS in Chiba at the Tipstar Dome, and it was the night that Kunsuklet got dethroned. And you know, guys like Nadaka and Ryoki Matsuda, the Supernova, coming through. Well, I tell you what, watching the Japanese fighters today, they've got the next layer of talent starting to emerge, and I think that's going to be, come the final day, people will be really starting to tell that, to recognise that story and starting to highlight the rise of the Japanese, the land of the rising sun.
I like that. I got a chance to talk to the WBC Japan rep, and it was very interesting because a lot of the youth athletes actually start in Muay Thai before maybe transitioning into kickboxing. So a lot of the Japanese athletes have a very storied career in the youth development side of things. So it's great to see that, and great to see the Japanese athletes. I think they went 2-2 already today. So I think we can see more from them. Make sure to stay tuned. Of course, thank you so much to Arwut, our sponsor for the news show. They make some great gear and apparel based out of Thailand. Our good friend Bon joining hands with the WBC. So to wrap things up, anything else you want to say real quick?
No, I've said everything that needs to be said, Matt. Let's go grab a quadruple espresso and get on with it.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you soon.